Speedrun Honkarot? Wait,
No.
no.
There's going to be so many variations of that over like the next few days.
I'm not even sorry.
We're not sorry at all. We're not. Are we ever sorry?
At the
No.
very least, if you're going to insist, it would be Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok.
Yes! See? This is why I need everyone. That's way better. Does that mean I can have real hunk powers?
This
You mean you
does
don't have
mean
real honk powers yet?
I
That's
mean,
true.
if you subscribe to twitch.tv/theRPG Valkyries, you can in fact have real honk powers.
That's true.
If you
Truth.
subscribe to twitch.tv/theRPG Valkyries, you can in fact have real honk powers.
But we're so happy to have you all this morning, for even with our varying levels of consciousness.
I'm tired.
What is
We're
awake?
conscious? What?
caffeine.
What?
I've been up for almost 10 minutes.
Same.
Am I awake right now?
Am I awake?
This is all a dream, Natara. All a dream.
This is the best dream I've had in my life. Also, we are already at $52. Thank you to all you folks who donated early. Hopefully, this is a beautiful start to what's going to be a very successful charity marathon, supporting Take This, an amazing, amazing charity, supporting mental health, especially at like marathons and conventions. They tend to be at places like PAX, and they have quiet rooms where you can go and settle and have some help and just have a quiet space to calm down. And for $10,000, we can get them a new room at a different convention. So that's our ultimate goal. But let's aim for a good 5,000 to start.
Yeah, we're trying to basically sponsor one of their AFK rooms.
Hmm.
I believe the next place they're going to be is PAX Unplugged.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because they pretty much go to all the. I think they go to every PAX except PAX Australia for obvious reasons.
That makes sense, yeah, and I know I personally used the one at PAX Unplugged last year,
Mhm.
and it was so good. It was quiet, it was slightly darker than the rest of the con, and it
Mhm.
was just a great place to go and recharge for a few minutes before going back out into the crowds, so definitely an excellent thing. My cat is also crying about how much she loves these rooms.
And if you do ever have the chance and you do see Take This at an event, they also will have their wonderful Hope booth. That's where you can go. You can donate, and you get swag when you donate to them in person. Which they have a whole bunch of new swag now, and I'm like,
Ooh.
it's like I need to go to another convention where they are, because I want the things like the new. They have socks now. I think that's really cute, and I want one of the plushies really badly. But in addition to the $52 we've already raised, we also do have our own Speedrun Ragnarok merch and swag. All those proceeds will also be going directly to Take This. Just because of how the donation system works, we can't add that money to the current display total. We will be updating you on it over the course of the week, though. And y'all are amazing because we've already had like a bunch of people buy merchandise. So there's already another $70 there with the merch that for donations that we've raised.
Oh, heck yes.
Heck yes. And there's going to be a bunch of different runs that you can put your donation dollars towards. First run that has incentives is going to be Octopath Traveler, and we're going to be doing a 4 Traveler Fiesta. So you can make Alta Biscuit have to use whichever characters y'all want to donate towards. It'll be the top 4 characters he's forced to use.
You wanna do that.
You
Or
definitely want to do.
you could be really nice and give him good characters.
Or
That's
you
so
could
cute,
not do
Jam.
that.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like us at all.
I think about half of you should try to be nice and about half of you should try to be mean.
Dibs on the mean side.
Well, of course you would.
Whoever picks, I'm not suited for the good side.
Happy to have you here on Valk's Evil.
I think the good side is me and just me.
It seems like I'm the neutral side.
I have faith in you, Dem.
I advocate for all sides because all sides means that people have to donate more to make things happen.
You just want the chaos, admit it.
Wait, so we have the Valk's evil side, we have the Valk's good side, Valk's neutral. What about the Valk's lawful and chaotic sides? We
I
need
will
to have.
stay in.
I'm pretty sure we're all chaotic.
I'm
I'm
not.
staying in Valk's true neutral here.
I'm neutral
True
good as
neutral
always.
is the only way to encourage people to be both good and evil, and lawful and chaotic.
That is very true. Now, Dem, since you are our first host, do you want to read out? We do have like 2 donation messages left over. Do you want to read those out, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So just getting started here as part of the testing process, we did again, like was said before, raised $52 so far towards our initial goal of $5,000. We had $10 from Lore Master Motas stating many years ago, I was Setzer and a ROM hack made from a friend from an old web forum. So a bit of nostalgia to sprinkle onto the run, and he donated that towards naming Setzer Motas. And we have $5 from Tibbs, and I guess this is accurate for Soul Blazer. This game is silly.
This game's
Just a little bit.
Just a tiny, tiny bit.
You get to talk to goats, though.
Well,
I mean, we won't in the speed run, but you can if you want to.
you can if you want to, yes.
Donate to talk to goats.
I don't
Just
even
get
know where the
goats?
heck the goats are in vanilla anymore.
Okay, but if you donate, you get the option to go to your nearest local goat and talk to them and brag about how you donated to a good cause. So
I have to know where my nearest local goats are.
that part of it is on you. You need to figure that out for yourself.
I know where they are. They go honk.
Goats do not honk.
Not with that attitude.
Also, thank you to everyone who is currently resubbing. Y'all are fantastic.
And also, that honk command is only available to mods and folks who have subbed to us. No pressure or anything.
Please enjoy your honk.
Please enjoy your honk. Yes, all donation, all subs also go to take this. So it's for charity, y'all.
It is for charity.
It's for charity, and you could even see Ulbrich in a speed run of Octopath Traveler like you'd never see.
You're so ready for this.
I mean, I really enjoyed Octopath Traveler. I just don't speedrun it.
That's fair. And listen, we know you're honking in your heart, Jeb.
Or is Jeb being honked at by all of us?
Could be that too. But we honk with love.
A little column A, a little column B.
It's a loving evil honk.
We also.
May the honk be with you.
Yes, heart honking sounds does sound worrisome.
We also might have a little announcement too.
Ooh. Is
RPGchick,
it a little announcement though?
It for some. It's a big announcement though. I don't know, RPGchick, if you wanted to be the one to do the announcement.
Well, sure. So we've had Asama and Demarine with us for a while, acting as Ein Herr. And as of this particular marathon, we are very happy to welcome them in to be full Valk.
Woo!
Yay!
Huzzah! So Pasama is I don't think she's with us this morning, but Demarine, welcome aboard. We're happy to have you.
I'm really happy to be here.
Y'all are fantastic, and you have absolutely earned your wings.
Don't cry, Dem. It's
Just
too
honk a
soon.
lot. Honk to your
I'm
face.
trying really hard not to. I need to post for the next 2 hours.
We definitely didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah, not at all.
We would never have done
Because
that.
we're nice doesn't mean we're not evil.
By the way, speaking of your bits and donations, your awesome bits and donations, with all of the bits and donations that y'all have given us over the course of the last, I want to say, since Limit Break, we will be submitting those bits and such to the tune of about $975 to take this month.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Give or take a few bucks, but yeah.
I heard Demarine was crying and I came here to watch.
Yeah. Speaking of Team Valk's evil, welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks. I found this guide before we started on WikiHow called "How to Make Demarine Cry."
Very good. Thank you, Hex.
So
All
we've been
Wow.
following that.
right, but now I need to return to my duties. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Also, enjoy your new blue name.
Yep, promotions have been done on Discord.
There will also be something else that's going to be added on Discord. There's going to be new emotes on the Discord
Oh yeah.
for our 2 new Valks. So, and we're hoping maybe if we get enough sub points, we can add them on Twitch too. So, if you would like Valk's info, which will be for Demarine, and Valk's want, which will be for Pa. Trust me, you want them. They're very cute.
They are
They're
very adorable.
super cute.
So yeah, so great.
Yes. So, hopefully we can get them here on Twitch too.
It is almost 9:15, so
Yes. For their eyes are sparkling joy, their lips are daring truths, their hands are agile skill, their minds are burning bright, their hearts are shining gold, and you will know them from the dazzling light within their souls.
No, you.
It's okay, it backfired to make me cry too.
Haha, take that. That was really sweet. Thank you. That was a really good poem.
You're all welcome. Also, thank you everyone who feels like throwing donations at us. I'll leave that for Dem because Dem's the host.
Yeah, I was waiting for the sentimental stuff to end.
Your tears will never end.
I
They're
only
here
said a little.
forever.
It's fine.
well,
But yeah, before we get started, I know RPGchick is here. We've got the screen up right now, but of course we do have $20 from Game Boy F9 with no message, so thank you. And we've got $20 from RBW out there. Hi RBW, and of course he is donating to the coolest groups of Valks around, doing good things. So thank you for that as well.
We love you, CM.
Love you.
Take that, other Valks groups.
But I think if we're all done being very sentimental and also honking and sentimental honking, I think it's time for RPGchick to get this marathon like started.
Well, then we're never
Yeah,
starting.
because I had totally one whole practice run.
Better than where I'm at.
One is enough.
We'll honk
But
you to victory.
but yeah, sure. I think I'm ready to go here. The only thing, Dem, I'll ask is my chat's been really horrible for the last couple of weeks. So if I miss stuff, especially because I'm paying attention to the game and not chat, just do me a favor and relay any questions to me.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Thank you, much appreciated. So I think I'm ready to go here. Let's kick us off in 3, 2, 1, and boop. So yeah, so this is Soul Blazer. If you haven't seen it in vanilla form, that is, because most of you have seen it in rando form from me lately. This is a pretty awesome game. It is a quintet game. It is an action RPG. And essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sealing only the essential monster layers, collecting as many gems as we can, and being awesome in the process. Oh.
I'm sorry.
On my
everyone.
end or your end?
On your stream wasn't moving, and so I'm refreshing.
Uh-oh.
Like, it was just halfway on the naming screen, and I just assumed that it was fine, but...
Alright, let me stop and restart then.
That's because the timer's on my end, so it...
This is very strange. Is it still not?
You...
I'm gonna reset this while I'm waiting. I don't know what the heck, I don't know what OBS is doing, but
My OBS seems to be fine. We're gonna just
it worked just like 2 minutes ago. Is it back or no? It's telling me it can't access the channel or the stream key. That's great. All right, the next. Yay! You have. I hope this doesn't cause any more issues.
Alright, we're back, everyone. I'm sorry about that.
Alright. Hopefully we're good to go this time.
Once more with feeling, everybody.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, boop. After I actually press the start button. But yeah, let's try that one more time. Sweet, nobody saw that I messed things up. I mean, what?
What?
But yeah, there's not too much interesting stuff just getting
I
it
don't
first.
have any audio from you.
I have full audio.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
But yeah, thank you for the good luck chat, and thank you for bearing with our technical difficulties.
Sorry, when I was fixing all the video there.
Yeah, it was partially on my end too, because it just like it disconnected itself and was like, hey, yeah.
It had just
No.
defaulted back to being muted.
What?
Well, I mean, like, my player had done that because... I had reset everything.
Oh. Sil. Oh, because Sil is active in the Discord, and I have to capture Discord. So, yeah, it should be okay without Sil talking. Oh, there we go.
So we're off to a good start here, right? This looks all right.
This is fine. This is honestly this run can honestly turn very scary really fast. Luckily, there is the only thing you get penalized for dying for is you lose your gems, which in certain stages really stinks. It's less detrimental at the beginning though.
Yeah, you're going to be using magic a fair bit later on, aren't you, to speed things up a lot?
Oh heck yeah! Especially once we get light arrow magic, like magic is going to be the main thing.
You mean the spell that doesn't exist? You mean the spell that doesn't exist in the randomizer?
Exactly. Yes, that one.
But early on, you're being fairly selective about what you kill, aren't you? Here, only the things that you need to progress and make sure that you hit your levels at the right time.
Well, I'm really bad at hitting my levels at the right point, so I can't say anything about that. I always end up killing extra stuff, and because randomizer is so ingrained in my head, I do end up sealing a few layers that I probably don't need to seal. But yeah, the light arrow magic is a lot better than the fireball magic that we have right now. But projectile magics in general are really nice. Especially because at least you can relatively control them. The only thing you have to make sure with the fireball magic is that you're facing the proper direction. Sometimes we forget that.
Yeah, and of course you have to time it because the magic does not come from you; it comes from the spirit that circles you. So sometimes the aiming is not as easy as it looks.
And I'm going to be taking a little extra damage here just so I can Death Warp after this.
Yep, and then of course you have to summon the water wheel, and then yeah, like you said, you're going to die to these slimes now to get sent home so that you can go and turn on the water wheel.
Yep.
Mechalink is asking.
Bridge.
Mechalink is asking why the man turning the wheel does not know how the water wheel works.
Oh, the man at the water wheel knows how to do it, but he's too weak to turn it, and so therefore he is definitely not the right person for this. Also, interesting little fact: when you're mashing, technically B is the button to talk to people, but you can mash with Y also, and mashing with Y is nice because when the conversation ends, you don't risk restarting it.
No, just RPG speedrunning things, huh? Just.
Always.
But what if you really wanted to talk to that NPC twice with the dialogue that takes like a minute to get through?
Well, I mean...
Alright, maybe you didn't. Alright, I don't know. I don't know either. I'm not sure about this going fast thing that you're doing.
You want me to go... Oh, you want me to go fast? Oh, well, then we have some problems. I'm sorry. Get out of my way, plants. By the way, plants are some of the worst creatures in this entire game. They are terrible. They are almost worse than the birds in this game.
Are we gonna deal with the plants in Chapter 2 also?
Yeah, but not as many as them as we would in the randomizer. Also, every spawn point in non-randomized Soul Blazer has a set amount of monsters coming out of it, so sometimes I actually remember how many that is. Like right now. Wells, you would like the plants because they're trolly.
Yep, lots and lots of tiny optimizations that can be done to this run, but even then,
Yeah, I'm still gonna be doing a lot of safeties, as many as I feel I need to. Where the heck did that plant go? Oh, there it is. Of course, it's waiting in a place I couldn't see it.
having watched a bunch of runs of this, a lot of what goes into it is being able to sort of manipulate the enemy spawns and get them, because a lot of the time they'll move in predictable patterns. If you're in the same location, they'll do the same thing every time, or at least you hope that's the case for much of the time.
Yeah, most of the monsters will move in predictable patterns, but there are some, like plants, which like to go wherever they want. And they're just like, there is nothing you can do it. Plants are the geese of Soul Blaze. Oh, wrong line, I missed it. Oh, I did not have enough to hit that. So low health is a little scary right here. A little bit.
Yeah,
There we
especially
go.
because you're still level 1 and you haven't gotten. It's an armor upgrade. Is it an armor upgrade at 2, or is it a damage upgrade?
It's a good question.
I
But
always
this is okay
forget
though.
which one it is. I always forget.
This is totally fine because now I'm ready to death warp again. We got what we needed out of this part, and we can move on to the next part. So now we released Lisa in the course of going through this again, and Lisa's asleep in her bed. So we're going to use this dream rod on her to enter her dream, and we're also going to open up a secret portion of the underground castle. And it's monumentally annoying because it's the only thing you have to return back for.
So you're gonna set up yet another death warp then?
I am. But we're going to kill some plants in the process. The plants will not survive, at least most of them.
Blazer, suffer not the plants to live.
So yeah, Lisa was really shocked that we were standing there by her bed when she woke up, and she's like, "Get out of my house!" And it's everything is a really long dialogue.
Just as games go, because it's a quintet game. It's the world is lovingly crafted. There's a lot of detail in it, and it's really nicely done. But I don't think we care all that much.
There we go. We got a couple of plants in the process. Okay. Still? Because I turned off Discord from my end. But yes, with the paintbrush in hand, we can go into this painting. Otherwise, you cannot go into the painting.
There's an entire world in this painting.
There is. And it's a very creepy world, too. And the music is creepy to match. Oop. I'm gonna try to not be terrible and not step on fires. Stepping on fires is bad, don't do it. I highly recommend against it. Trying to be slightly safer here, just so I don't die a horrible death in the painting.
Yeah, there's a
Also,
checkpoint, but it's at
yeah,
the very end. It's
yeah, and we don't even usually activate it in the speed run. Also, a lot of the times you're going to see me standing to the right of monsters to swing my sword on purpose, and the arc that the Soul Blazer swings to the right with his sword actually encompasses more hitbox, essentially. So it allows me to do more damage more quick. And these beats are very annoying. Go away. Nobody likes you.
Do we have time for a couple of donations this fine morning?
Absolutely.
Right, just to let you know, we've got $5 from RoboWitch with no comment, so thank you for that. And we have $20 from Sharky this morning. Here's to a great start for an amazing group of wonderful people. I mean, you know, everybody out there is also just as big a part of this and is also wonderful, so thank you so much for your donations.
Yeah, your donations are super appreciated already. Y'all are super awesome. Let's be careful here in this next room and not die. SS, go by. Thank you. Alright, we're good. So on this last layer, we should gain one more level right before the boss, and we should go. Here's my last level before the boss.
And more importantly, with that level, a full heal for safety.
Exactly. Like I'm gonna try the quick kill, but if it doesn't work out, I will switch over to the safe strat. I have absolutely no qualms about doing that because I am not very good at this quick kill, and that's.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to foul this one up and bump into the boss, and just everything goes really pear-shaped at that point.
There we go. Too bad. So mostly quick kill. So every time you defeat the boss of the area, you essentially release the chief of each village, the chief of each area. And in this case, it just happens to be the mayor, and you can collect your lovely stone and be on your merry way. The only bad thing about getting a refill after some of the bosses is because we want to do things like this. You must continue making steady progress all the time. Don't tell me what to do, game. But yeah, so we get some long expose on how Dr. Leo gave the mayor this brown stone before he left, and to give it to the Soul Blazer. And additionally, once he gives us this stone, the Master's voice will pipe in from above and be like, "Oh, you need to collect all 6 stones to enter the world of evil."
Sounds evil.
Just a little bit. Just. But World 1 is done, Grass Valley is done, and we can move on. And now we get to go play with more plant monsters. I can't wait.
You can't wait because you're trying to finish this.
I'm totally not gonna go back and take a nap after it's over.
But now we're in this pretty forested zone.
We are, but monsters are a pain in the butt. It's okay. It's fine.
You can see the eponymous plants that we were alluding to on the screen right now, that they reach out and attempt to... They will be reaching out and attempting to basically slam your hit points into the ground.
Unfortunately, I also don't want to get caught off guard by these little jumping dragon babies.
Yeah, they hurt an awful lot for some reason.
Come on, plant. Let's go. I know you're waiting for me to step in front of you so you can stick your tendrils out. I'm onto your game plans.
The plants also get, like, invincibility frames when they're doing their attack, and it's a nightmare to fight these. This is a big part of learning the speedrun, is how to manipulate them and get yourself in position to hit them, because they will kill you.
Oh, for sure. They are absolutely brutal. Alright, come on, Mudman. Cute.
But you can see how neatly they're all tracking in exactly the same path and exactly the same pattern to get to Blazer there, and so you're able to just get them into your sword arc and kill them.
Also, not stepping on the spikes is a good idea. The spikes do a lot of damage. I will also probably be taking the mole that can see in the dark just to make it faster. I am not the best at navigating that dark room in the shrine.
I learned that room because of randomizer, because I always forget to get the mole with the light. So it's just like, well, let me learn this dark room like this was E3 or something.
Well, like that's a thing I should do. But yeah, I never do it.
Also fair. Also.
These gem drops are kind of terrible, game. Can I have some better ones?
Clearly, the answer to that question is no.
A resounding no. Yep. Because I wanna encounter these plants as little as I can get away with. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, room. That was a good room.
Nice. But you can see there's the invincibility frames, that couple of swings that went right through the plant while it was in the attack animation.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm also going to take the safety and get the ice armor. So I'm not going to be killing the first set of statues, but I will be killing the second set of statues. So those I do not need, but these I do. So let's go.
Yeah, the statues teleport around. Their vulnerability is very narrow, and RPGchick is going to be approaching them from the upper left corner like she is, because that manipulates the shot so that she doesn't get hit.
Yeah, but this will, there's two layers that you essentially have to release in order to pick up the ice armor as a safety. It's this one mole layer to traverse to a tiny little island, and then there'll be a second one in the fire shrine, which gives you the sleeping stump that unlocks the area from the dream state. We're going to skip this whole part, and we're going to leave the water shrine completely. Goodbye, water shrine. Right, so I'm going to come down here. I am going to open up the second teleport tile, both for the sake of teleporting back in a little bit when I'm done with the fire shrine, and to recharge my HP fully before I go into it. Anytime you step back into the Master Shrine, which is really nice, your HP will be completely refilled. Also, butterflies, go away.
Oh, butterflies too. Yeah, this chapter is fantastic. Like, this area is just full of great enemies.
Yeah, the grassland is relatively tame, like to kind of get you used to the mechanics and stuff. But then once you get to Greenwood, man, it just throws you in with abandon. It's like the ultimate being thrown into the deep end of the pool. Fire Shrine, let's go. Scorpion, why you always gotta be there?
Yep, and I know you mentioned that you're grabbing the ice armor as a safety, but it does have a use, doesn't it? Doesn't it protect you for one particular thing in here?
Yep. As ice armor, it legit protects you from fire tiles, and technically, you could go back and use it here in the fire shrine and make the fire shrine a little bit faster. But I just kind of use it for the sake of Leo's laboratory, which also has fire tiles on it. These scorpions actually do a lot of damage, and they're made out of metal, so I cannot do damage to them yet. So there are certain monsters in this game which you need special weapons to actually do damage to, and the scorpions are one of those. Anything made out of metal, essentially, you need the Zantetsu sword, which is not gotten until you get to World 5. And later in the Light Shrine, you'll see these floating suns, which are spirit monsters. Cat, please don't tangle yourself in my cord. Which need the spirit sword to be taken down.
So speaking of the Zentetsu sword, are you going to go back to chapter 1 and get Tornado?
Yeah, that's my lifelong ambition.
For everybody who doesn't know, Tornado is real bad. It's one of the last spells that you can get in the game casually, and you have to double all the way back to the painting to get it. And it fires off a tornado that you have absolutely no control over and doesn't do terribly much damage unless you hit something with it right as it's generated on the sphere.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. But we're good for this floor, so let's get the heck out of here and traverse down one more. So this floor is where the heated tiles start. And if you walk across them when they're not hot, well, then do any damage. If you walk across them when they're hot, every second ticks off another piece of damage. So we will be doing a little bit of damage boosting across some of these. Right here.
Yep, but gotta be real careful about it because you don't have that much health, and it stings a fair bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. But if I do go back and get the ice armor, if you're new to this run, it's not a bad suggestion because I'm about to go to that crystal fairy down there. That crystal fairy is not only going to give me the coveted light arrow magic, but any crystal fairy that you talk to can technically send you back to the city itself. So you could go back to Greenwood, and I did not need to mash that. You can go back to Greenwood and pick it up.
And thankfully the game is good and it defaults you to don't go back because it's a one-way.
Yes. Also, these teleporting lizards are terrible. And they should feel bad. So teleporting lizards, while they're teleporting, have, of course, invincibility frames. But they can still damage you. Isn't that great?
And their hitboxes is completely consistent and never a problem.
No, not ever.
Actually, I joke about that, but their hitbox is pretty consistent, honestly. It's more vertical than the shadow would let you know.
Yes. Oh. Position, please. No, don't do that! You stupid lizard! You suck!
Yeah, and as you can see, is if one gets away from you, you've got to wait for it, you've got to time it, and you might end up on the damage floor, and you got to dodge the scorpion.
Yeah, this platform is particularly obnoxious because of the scorpions, and that's why we have a medical herb.
Which you popped, but that's understandable there.
Yeah, it's alright. Not a huge deal. Because once I'm done in here anyway, I will be heading back to Greenwood to get the necessary item to traverse into the next area.
We gotta go through the saddest part of the game in a minute, don't we?
We do.
Oh. And there is light arrow magic. Does much better damage and requires less aiming than fireball.
A lot less. Embrace the Genya percent. This is an herb blazer. Darn it.
Herb Blazer, of course, being the beloved name for the randomizer.
Come on, fire tiles. Oh.
So while
These folks.
So while you're wandering through this part of the game where you're not doing terribly much fighting, before we get to the sad part, do I have time for a couple more donations?
Absolutely.
Yep, and of course, thank you everybody for your donations. Do remember that your donations do go towards Take This, and they provide education on mental illness so friends, family members, and coworkers can be better allies to those who are suffering. But we do have $25 from RBW, just letting us know that it has been pointed out that this run has not yet been blessed by one of the patron saints of Soul Blazers. So may it be said, good luck, and/or blame ever hate.
Yes, blame ever hate, blame all the ever hate.
Absolutely blame ever hate. Long may he watch over your Soul Blazer run. And we have $10 from Robo Witch. Of course, had to donate again for a chance at winning Fantabulous prizes. You know, we do have prizes for the week. So, you know, please, by all means, you know, donate. You're supporting a great cause, and you have the chance to get your hands on some really cool things that were donated by the community. And so, of course, we'd like to thank everybody for their donations. And here we go for some sadness.
Yeah, so here you find out that Turbo is long dead. Turbo the dog, who is kind of the quintet mascot. Cat, I swear to God, if you knock over my stuff, sorry. Yeah. But Turbo the dog is long dead. He tells you to take the leaves of greenwood from under his bones so that the rafts that are made from plants will recognize you when you go to the next area and actually carry you across to the light shrine. Yeah, my microphone is a little precariously perched, and that's one of my cat's favorite places to jump. So hopefully she does not knock anything down.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. But yeah, so here's the sleeping stump. So you need both that mole hole and the sleeping stump in order to unlock this area, because you need the mole hole to get over here, and then the sleeping stump to see this particular dream with the bird, and press the lair button. So now I can go pick up the ice armor as well, have a little bit of extra defense going into the next boss fight, and later on I will have protection from the fire tiles in Leo's lab.
Yep, especially because by the time you get to Leo's lab, the enemies are they're gonna hit like trucks at that point, even with the armor that you'll have.
Yeah, Leo's lab is special.
I mean, do you do Leo's lab on just bubble armor usually? We'll get to that later.
No, we do actually have armor from the Mountain of Souls, thankfully. We are not completely on just bubble armor. But it's still... your sword... You cannot swing your sword in this game until you hit certain levels. So the Zantetsu sword, which you use in Leo's lab to kill all the metal monsters, cannot be actually wielded until you hit level 16. And usually you don't hit level 16 until you're almost at the end of that stage. So you're using a lot of poke strats to go into Leo's lab.
Yeah, there are two different attacks you have. You'll notice that RPGchick is doing a lot of sword swinging right now. You get that arc, and the sword swing does a little bit of extra damage, but you can just, like she did on the first boss, you just use the R button to hold the sword out in front of you, just like that. It doesn't do as much damage, but if it's the only option you have, it's gonna do better than nothing.
Come on, monster. Stop being a butt. Come here, ghosties. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the bell at our disposal, so it does cost energy to use magic, and the light arrow magic, at least for the time being, is 8 gems a pop. So, also these suns do a heckin' lot of damage for this point in the game. Kind of like the metal scorpions, because, well, you're not supposed to be able to kill them yet. So they're like, hey, we're just going to do all of the damage all at once.
Yeah, which of course...
Gonna keep coming this way, lizards. That'd be great. Of course.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a setup, I guess you're gonna keep it, right?
Yep. Oh no, go away. Go away. Get away from me. Yeah, so we try to kill some of the stuff before we get to that area, especially because the suns make it not so easy to deal with sometimes.
Yeah, if you're in a good position to manipulate the enemies the way you want them to go, the mobile suns will get you to move and have to reset your manipulation.
Oh my god, sun, go away. Trying to not die in the light shrine. Thank you very much. I saw that. You think you're being tricky, but all you're being is annoying. Do want to have some leftover gems for the next area, because technically we're not going to death warp out of this palace. We are going to walk onto the teleport pad. And when we get into the next area, which is St. L Seabed, some gems for the initial area are very helpful. So this is why I picked up the mole. Usually this area is completely dark aside from where the torches light up. And it's just much easier for me to navigate my way if I don't have to find my way in the dark. There are some people who are absolutely pro at this. I am not. Honestly, though, navigating around most of the shrine is fine because there are a fair amount of torches dispersed around. It's usually the last area right before the boss that you kind of have to feel your way around a little bit if you don't know exactly where you're supposed to be walking.
Yep, it's real easy just to sort of walk yourself into a corner rather than make it to the door that you need to go through, because it's sort of inset, but it's not directly on the corner, so you'll see in a second.
Yeah, the good thing is the way that your soul works, the dude rotating around you, is I want these fires walk up. If you walk into a wall, it'll start to move up like that. So you can kind of tell when you're walking into something. Oh, come here, buddy. Ooh, thank you. That was a nice gem size. So there are 3 gem sizes. There's the small ones, which I think are worth 2 apiece. And then there's medium sizes, which I think are 5, I think. And then there's the nice gigantic size ones, which I think are 10. But I could be very wrong about those numbers.
I think the small ones are 1, but I think the other 2 you've got right. Basically, it's the small ones are not enough to cast 1 light arrow, the medium ones are not enough to cast 1 light arrow, and the large ones are enough to cast 1 light arrow.
Yep. Alright, so that's the last layer I need to unlock, so I'm gonna go recharge my HP, because I need full HP for this fight coming up. The lion heads are monumentally annoying. I'm gonna use a very lovely strat that Poexel showed me to kind of manipulate them a little bit. It's not gonna be the quick kill that you would usually see, but it's consistent. And that's the important part. So that's 1 head down. Head number 2. So depending on what you do, the heads will follow very specific patterns. So standing in certain spots, you can kind of manipulate them to do so. Except right there, apparently. I have enough HP for the firehead now. Yeah, we're good. Alright.
Yep. Every head has its own attacks and its own movement pattern, so you're just trying to get them where you need them to go.
And there we go.
Especially because, like we've said, you're kind of doing this at nearly the bare minimum of what you need to be able to pull it off successfully.
Essentially, yes. But yeah, I very much thank Plexel for that strat because it is super safe. But yeah, because we do have that teleport pad, we do not have to death warp out of here, and we can just walk right out and hold on to our gems. Because every time you die, unless you have a strange bottle, and we do only pick one of those up for the course of the run, you lose your gems every time you die. So now we're gonna get the second dog. Thanks. Greenwood Turbo dog. Yeah, the second stone, which is the green stone, which Turbo the dog had buried at the roots of that tree. That's why I said dog. There we go.
Yep.
Second
Nope.
Turbo reference. How about that? That works, right? That's why I said second dog. It's totally why I said second dog.
Anytime you get to reference Turbo is good, so I'm all about that.
Yep. So here is the St. L seabed. Most of this particular stage is underwater. So before we can do anything, we're going to have to go to an island called Southurda and get bubble armor so that we can breathe under the water. And most of this stage is a lot of going back and forth between islands and St. L seabed, the actual palace itself. Okay, monkeys, get out of my way.
Yep, we'll see when we get to as we start opening up the map, is that the actual map for the zone, there's like, this is not the main combat area. The main combat area is split into 5 sections. So there's a lot going on that needs to get done to get through this particular portion of the game.
Yep. And those rocks are terrible. The rocks are one of the main reasons I wanted to have some gems here. Because those rocks will basically come right up on top of you, and they have a whole crap ton of HP. And it is not pleasant to deal with.
Yep. And when you're playing this casually for the first time, you don't know what those rocks are. You'll think that they're just rocks, and then you're dead.
Also, those fish are also very, very obnoxious. Do not like.
And it wouldn't be a Soul Blazer chapter without plants.
Yeah, but at least the palm trees are slightly less awful.
They do move in fairly predictable ways, at least.
Yes. Alright, I'm gonna have to kill the last rock normally. There we go. Okay. I do want to take some damage here because I am gonna death. Why are we saving this planet again? Yeah, I know, right? Everything is a jerk. Well, to be fair, it is pretty much the monsters that are jerks and not the actual creatures that you're saving. For the most part. That's not entirely. For the most part. So I'm going to take the armor off. And we're going to death warp.
Yep. You've summoned up the next palace, which, of course, there's a mermaid in there who goes, "Hey, you want this bubble armor? You should come and get it." And, of course, well, who are we to say no to the mermaid?
I know. I mean, I really would like that bubble armor. Look, plus look how pretty she is. I'll happily talk to you and receive your bubble armor.
RBWI will never stop flirting with the mermaid.
Why would you want to stop flirting with the mermaid?
But as mentioned before, this is that's the main section, which is underwater. But first, you're coming to take care of this one shrine that you could not get to before.
Yep. Because basically, the way that you open each area in this stage is to unlock these statues right here. So each of 4 statues will unlock each of the 4 areas that you have to go to. And without the statue, you get nowhere.
Or if you're Or, of course, if you're playing in the randomizer, you get that feeling of rising dread as you find statues throughout the game.
Yeah, that's a thing. So we're going to put the armor back on. We're going to talk to the statue. The statue is going to tell us, hey, go this way to the reef of Rockbird. and you can go to the first area for the entire purpose of unlocking another statue. Pretty much every single area that we're going to is mostly for the purpose of getting another statue, with the exception of Lou the dolphin that saves Lou, and the mermaid that leads the way into the jail cell where Lou is. Also, jellyfish are terrible. I hate jellyfish in this game. They are very obnoxious. But I do need to kill this lair because at some point I'm going to need that thing to be cleared anyway to proceed into the next area. So clearing it now and then opening that will just make things a little bit faster when we come back. Come on,
Yep,
jellyfish, let's go.
You'll notice that RPGchick is being very careful to make sure that she kills all the enemies from... If she's doing 2 layers at one time, that she kills all of the enemies from both layers first. If you open up a lair that takes you to a cutscene, and you did not fully clear out a lair previously, it recharges back to full.
Yep. If it's just a lair that you're opening another passage with, though, then it doesn't matter. But as Dem said, as soon as you open up the cutscene, that's it. It will completely restock its monsters.
Which is, of course, slow. And even if it doesn't necessarily, you'll kind of see that sort of the good habits that she's built up from speedrunning that RPGchick is not going to, usually not going to wait, and is not going to leave a shrine half killed if it's necessary or otherwise, being a...
Yeah, the only time I might leave it half killed is if I don't hear the death sound, and then I forget. But yeah, most of this area, this is Rockbird, most of this area is dedicated to the idea that you have to unlock layers to unlock layers to unlock layers to unlock layers. We're also going to get introduced to another one of the metal monsters in this stage, which is the metal monkeys. They will appear when we get to Durian. Hey, I don't know what you're trying to do, Rock, but get out of here. I think I'm also going to take the safety herb down here, just so I don't die a horrible death.
Yep.
We'll try not to die a horrible death in the process anyway. So I forget which one has the herb. One of these has like gems and one of these has herbs. But a safety herb never hurt.
I mean, 60 gems is not going to go amiss either, honestly, at this point.
Right. But especially when we get to Durian. So Durian has RNG magma rocks.
Oh, right. I forgot about those for good reason.
Yeah, so Durian and the RNG magma rocks are fun. So you'll see when we get there, but essentially it's a volcanic island, and, well, rocks fall from the sky anywhere they darn well please.
There's a way to make them stop, but it's real slow, and so not gonna happen.
Yeah, in order to make them stop, you have to go pick up the mermaid's tear. You have to climb the entire mountain, volcano-ish mountain in there, and let me take off my armor. And you have to climb all the way to the top and activate it. It will not only turn off the rocks, but it also turns off the volcanic lava that's kind of in the ground. And we will be returning to Durian later on in the game to unlock a lair for one of the red hot items. So we do want a death warp, and therefore getting rid of all the hot lava, which can kill you really quickly, is not the best idea.
Yep, so there's statue number 2. Tablet number 2 is now gone, and so now RPGchick is going to move themselves right along to Durian.
Yep. And since I already did away with those jellyfish up there, it will make this a little bit faster. By the way, there are certain monsters that are not tied to lairs, like those sea anemones that are kind of just waltzing around. And no matter how many times you kill them, they will just continue to come back and wreck life. You don't need to kill any of this. We're just going to mosey right on through here. Jellyfish, go away. Go away. Thank you. The enemies are also jerks, yes. So yeah, random volcanic rock from the sky. Joy. Which also makes it a little hard to manipulate certain creatures here because once the volcanic rock falls, it stays active in that flaming pillar for a few seconds and it can do quite a lot of damage. So there is Lou the Dolphin. Lou the Dolphin is another one of Dr. Leo's pets. That. Metal monkeys, please don't be jerk.
Lou the Dolphin is a sweetheart.
I like Lou the Dolphin. But he is trapped. He was locked away by the Queen of the Mermaids. Come here, bird. Come on, bird. Okay, rock, get the heck away from me. And this is why we picked up the safety herb.
You can take a lot of damage in this zone.
There are the birds do a heckin' lot of damage. The rocks do a heckin' lot of damage. Like, this is not a good place to be. And I can't reach those other rocks. Heck. Yeah, everything is essentially just flying right at you in this area. There is no escape. Come here, bird. And we are skipping a lot of this stuff, and it's harsh. This area is harsh. Come on, rock. There we go. And there's a dolphin that will save Lou by bashing his head into the wall repeatedly, the poor dolphin.
Yeah, I feel for this dolphin a little bit.
Now we need 2 rocks. Oh my gosh, could everything stop ganging up on me, please? That would be great. So there is technically a critical sword in that treasure chest, which you can pick up if you really, really want it. You don't really need it. Okay, everything needs to go the heck away. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the next section has a required sword, so it tends to be the first sword upgrade you pick up because you don't get much of a choice anyway.
Yes. I am getting bombarded. No! Go away. This is technically the last layer I need here. And I'm gonna probably use my herb in the process here. Because I need to walk across the lava to get to it.
Oh yeah, you are definitely going to be using your herb to get there.
Yep. There we go.
But this is why you take the safeties. This is...
Oh yes, definitely, especially in a marathon setting, because I really would rather not have to come all the way back here to Durian. The only other option is to gain a random level and come back here, but we're good. So we can death warp and go to the next area, which is much, much less horrible. That is definitely one of the worst areas in the game. Let me talk to the statue, actually. So this statue is going to open up the next area, which is Bluster. Bluster is a rainy island, but it does have these little golden electrical conductivity panels on it. And what we're going to be able to get from Lou, which is the whole reason why we released Lou, is a thunder ring. And basically what happens with the thunder ring, because it's always raining on Bluster, it's a thunderstorm essentially, the ring will allow you to call thunder down from above, call lightning down from above, I guess, even though it's called a thunder ring, and kill monsters with it. And the nice thing is there are metal monkeys on Bluster, which we do need to kill. And we don't have the Zantetsu sword, so we are going to have to use this lovely thunder ring that has a lightning bolt shape and calls down lightning. Somebody done goofed on that one.
Well, I think it's that you use the ring to make the sound and it attracts the lightning. The lightning hears the thunder and comes to you.
You know what? That's not bad. I like that.
It's just science. It's
Alright, but we're going to be skipping most of the stuff here, and we're just going to kind of breeze right up to the top. We do not need to kill any of this stuff except for the hermit crabs up here, because they will open the passage for us.
Yep, so we're going to go around and back again. Do we have a second for a donation here?
Be my guest.
So, of course, you know, we have a lot of incentives right now, and of course, Little Sharky donated $10, stating that just to start my own bid war for tomorrow morning. Little Sharky is running, I believe, one of the Final Fantasy 13. It is Lightning Returns, so running Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns tomorrow, and of course has put their donation towards having Orange Lightning's garb. But, you know, the first bid war that we do have coming up, of course, is the Octopath Traveler 4-character Fiesta, and so, you know, please feel free to donate towards that. You can make our runner of Octopath Traveler very happy. You know, you could very happily, you could give Alta Biscuit, you know, Tressa, and you can give Alta Biscuit, you know, Therian, and make them a very happy camper, or you could, you know, not. But, you know, we need your donations to help them figure out who they're going to have for their run.
Agreed. We can make this, like, super duper trolly or super duper nice. I mean, granted, every character has kind of their own strengths, but... But even so, if you've played Octopath Traveler, you kind of understand there are still things that are not tolerable when you're doing the speedruns. So one more Death Warp, and then we're going to be moving on to the final area of this stage, which is going to be the pirate ship. We're also going to be picking up our first boost item down there, which is going to be the Power Gauntlet. And Power Gauntlet will double your attack power, which is really, really helpful in this game. Especially because poke strats. I'm not going to get mauled by hermit crabs. Do, 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 do. I think the Valks are competing to see who has the highest honk level by the end of this marathon. I'm fully convinced.
I'm not surprised.
But yes, we have our power bracelet in hand, and because we are using so many poke strats, power bracelet does help out a bit. Boop. Going to recharge to full just to be on the safe side, and we're going to go up to the pirate ship. So if you've ever fought this this particular boss casually, it's a pain in the butt. It's not very nice. But I'm going to make it look easy, I hope. I hope I didn't just say that and just jinx myself. I have a habit of doing that.
Please do not commentators curse yourself. You've got to make it through another half of this run.
Yeah. Oh, we Gucci, not a single point of damage. That's how it's done.
Very nice.
That is such a cute RPG mode. I want that one, Silver Moon. It's so cute. I like that better than Ayaya. But yeah, from here on out, the bosses are actually pretty easy to manipulate. Easier than you would expect, anyway.
That is a welcome change.
Yeah. Thankfully. Especially because some of them, if you're playing it casually and you don't know the strats, it is monumentally annoying.
Yeah, and the one thing about this game is that the amount of experience you need to gain levels it grows exponentially. So it's not like you can grind your way out of the corner.
Yeah. Like, you know, there are certain places that you can technically grind, but it's not very good. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the next area, which is the Mountain of Souls. We will be returning here another time later as well. But for the time being, we're going to go mountain climbing. I love mountain climbing in the snow, don't you, Dem?
I mean, yeah, I do too. I mean, you know, we've got a couple of Valkyries from Canada who also love mountain climbing in the snow, I am sure, because they've already started doing it.
Yeah, that was a crazy snowstorm to hit the middle of the country, and I hope people are safe.
Agreed. It was a little bit unexpected. Oh, Silver Moon, thank you for the 1,500 bits. So thank you so much for that.
Yep, please remember that all of your bits and subs during the marathon will, at a later point when Twitch pays out, go to take this as well. All right, come here, snowballs. So you cannot kill the snowballs with the weapon that you have in hand. The only thing that can kill the snowballs is the soul blade. So instead, I'm gonna try to make these snowballs crash into stuff and just burst apart like that. That's bad. Also, this is a very, very big place to want to have gems. Because this is essentially where you're going to be using a lot of them to kill monsters.
Yep, but there's a safety herb. There's the magic armor that you alluded to before, so
Yep. So not
has
only
a
does
very, very good passive.
Yeah, not only does it give us extra defense, but it cuts the magic usage for spells in half. So instead of needing 8 gems for Light Arrow, I only need 4 now. I'm also going to try to keep manipulating these bats to not be terrible. There we go.
Yep, the bats are fairly agile. They shoot at you. They're a nuisance.
So many of the things in this game are unfortunately kind of a nuisance. We haven't even hit the worst of it yet. So we're going to skip right past all of this. We're going to go on to the first icy area where we slide.
All right, yeah, that's right. We're going to be sliding for a little bit here because we have no traction on the ice.
But that's okay, because we're going to go back and get some in a little bit. Also, these moose deer things are very dangerous. Do not trust them. I don't need to kill all of them, but as soon as you essentially get too close to them, they will wake up. And you don't want that to happen. Ooh, nice big drop, thank you. Yeah, the bigger the gem drop, the better, because essentially there is no death warping in this stage. We're just going to be going from place to place and hold on to as many gems as we possibly can in between. There are whiz robes, essentially, in this stage, and we really want the gems to be able to get rid of the whiz robes at a distance. So this boy that we released right here is going to give us mushroom shoes when we go back to him, and the mushroom shoes are what's going to give us traction on the ice so that we can actually walk on. There's not too many places where we actually need them, but we still need them.
So how do shoes made of mushrooms give you traction on the ice?
Oh, there's goo on the bottom. So
Oh,
like the
okay.
goo kind of gives you like a little sticky texture to walk with.
Got it. Sounds like it's just science.
Of course it's just science. Everything is just science. Science is magical, after all.
Oh, the little boy even explains to you that there's slime goo on them. Huh,
Yup.
go figure.
Which is really nice. Unfortunately, to get back up to the top, we do have to climb back up the mountain, but we don't have to kill anything this time. We just have to go straight up.
So, of course, while you're backtracking, of course, thank you to RVW for the 5,000 bits. Everybody enjoy your RPG emotes as well from the Twitch Global that's going on. But that is amazing. Thank you so much for your support. We also have a couple of donations as well. We have Frozen Flygon, who is part of the Frame Fatales, and of course, she donated $5, and she is clearly on team. She's clearly on Team Good because she's happy to donate to support this awesome cause, donating this for Best Girl Tressa for 4 Traveler Fiesta. So if you're part of Team Evil, well, you're losing right now.
Oh, but Tressa's so adorable. Who doesn't love Tressa?
We love Tressa. Tressa's fantastic.
So here on these slopes, even with the mushroom shoes, you would still slip because essentially they're not. It's icy, but it's not flat ice. It's supposed to be slanted ice, so therefore you would still slip around.
Yeah, basically this section's supposed to sort of, be downhill at this point, and it does a pretty good job of giving that feel, so...
It does, with the icicles on top especially. It's really neat. Also, this is the only proximity layer in the game that we have to kill, and it's really annoying.
What do you mean by proximity layer?
So the monsters will only spawn if you're really close to the lair, essentially.
Ah.
If you're not close enough to the lair, the monsters will never come out. So here is our first incidence of Wizrobe. Want to be able to do this because as soon as... Ooh, that was not a good hit. What the heck? As soon as we get too close to a Wizrobe lair, they will start to spin and they will teleport everywhere. And then you can't kill them easily. This is so much better. Also bats. Why are there so many bats in this? I do not like bats. These circling bats are obnoxious.
Yeah, they like to stay just out of reach, so they can be really big nuisances for killing quickly.
Yep.
But of course, the enemies are starting to give a lot of experience here, and so we've sort of pushed out to level 11, so giving us some decent base stats, so that even without having found a single sword upgrade yet, hitting at least decently hard now.
Ooh, gem drop, thank you. Yeah, I have to remember how to kill these bats properly again.
Yeah. I'd hate to say this, but in Rando, I'm used to having Rotator by now. It switches to Rotator on them.
Yeah, the Rotator and the Flare magic are actually optimal for these stupid bats. But we do not pick either of those up, and Flare magic wouldn't be gotten until Leo's lab anyway, so...
Yep.
Okay. Kill more Wizrobes! We are going to be
Any
picking up the next blade in this area too, which is called the Lucky Blade. It essentially, it not only lets you into the next area, but it also increases your chance for better gem drops. But we're not strong enough to swing it yet.
That's going to end up being sort of a theme for the much of the rest of the run is we're not strong enough to swing the sword.
Yeah, that's why we say lots of poke strats. But for the chance of some better gem drops, I'll take it.
Yep, as you can see right there, the Lucky Blade has an attack power of 4 instead of 1, so it does a fair bit more damage than the basic Sword of Life, which is nice. But again, you're going to see that it's time to hold that sword out in front of you.
You know, these are not better gem drops, game. So essentially the gem drops are, thank you, completely RNG based. Depending on the frame in which you kill the monster in, is what affects the gem drops, if I'm not mistaken.
I really appreciate that, when you're holding your sword out, you pull gems towards you as well, and I appreciate that the big gems are much slower than the small gems.
Yeah, it is a very neat touch. Alright, bats, all the bats. Here, so we're gonna draw out the bats, and we're gonna draw out the little slimes, and we're gonna try to kill multiple birds with one stone. You. I'm also gonna come down here, try to lure these bats with me as I go kill some more wizrobes. Oh heck, I got too close. Oh no! I need to switch swords.
Oh no!
Alright, this is fine. This is totally fine.
Everything is fine. Nothing is wrong. No need to panic, everybody.
Alright, we're good, we're good. There we go. Fantastic.
Much safer.
Yeah, so that's why we don't want to get too close to the wizrobes, and we just want to try to lure them. Yes.
Yeah, unlike the statues in chapter 2 there, the wizards when they pop out, they are vulnerable immediately. So you can kill them from afar without any concern.
Yeah, there'll be another monster later on in World 6, which we will also use, which are the orbs.
Yeah, they're nuisances too.
How many times do we have to release Grandpa? I think that was the last time we have to release Grandpa. From here on out, it's Dancing Grandmas only.
Hooray for dancing grandmas.
I'm gonna switch back to my regular sword for this one. Because these little smarties are a nuisance.
Yeah, they move fairly predictably. They almost always move diagonally, but they're still a pain.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with them. So we're gonna ignore those wizrobes there, but we're gonna deal with the wizrobe.
So there is a question in chat. What's the maximum level for this game?
Oh heck, I forget what it is. It's not 99. Like, I want to say it's like 40 something.
We're thankfully not going to go however far that is, though. We only need to get, what is it, 23 or 24?
Yeah, 24. Also, there are layers like that where all the monsters will just spawn right out of it. You could just wait for them all to come out, and then you can kill them all at once.
It is very convenient. And there's the snail gnome who needs to be released to leave this area.
Yep. Additionally, Gnome is another one of Dr. Leo's pets, essentially. So, along with the same tier with Lou the dolphin and Turbo the dog.
Silly question. How did Dr. Leo end up with all of these talking animals?
He's special. He gets talking animals, and the rest of us don't. I feel kind of left out.
Yeah, I'm a little jelly, not gonna lie.
Bats! So many bats. Oh wow, that was a swing and a miss. I hate bats. In case I haven't already said so, I hate bats. Oh, thank you. I'm very, very, very happy with these gem drops right now. Too far down.
So while you're working your way through the last layers before the next boss, do you have a couple minutes here that I can read some donations?
Please do.
Thank you so much. So we just had a handful coming in. So of course we have $5 from Nightwind Song. Nice way to start nice way to start my weekend. Putting this to the incentive for the first DOS game I ever played. It came with the 486 my family got when I was a kid. Loot.
Nice.
Yep, we have $50 from Chrism Phoenix, who says, "I'm upset that in the Mermaid Land you didn't have to fight any of Demarine's arch nemesis, the lobster." I love lobsters. Lobsters are great. We have $50 from Anju, stating, "Donating during Soul Blazer because of my special love of this game. I'm enjoying the run. This donation goes to the runner's choice," which I actually did not get from you at the start of the run, and I apologize.
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
We'll hang on to that one for a minute. We have $10 from Jeb Wrench, who just states Team Evil represent, and it looks like that went towards Honnet for Octopath Traveler. And we've got $50 from Alta Biscuit, the runner of Octopath Traveler. So thank you all for that. And of course, good luck, y'all, and may you have a successful marathon.
Thank you all for the donations. You're so awesome.
Yeah,
RPG
no,
speedrunning community is best community.
without a doubt.
Uh-oh, I released some of the Wiz robes. That's not good. How many did I release? Just one? Okay, that's... I can kill the rest of you. Oops. Alright, come on, Bat. Let's go. You're the last one. You're the last layer. Oh, there was... dude there. Still gonna collect as many gems as I can for the next area. If I possibly can hold on to them, that'd be great. Even though most of the monsters in Leo's lab coming up are mechanical, there are still some which are not. And having a little bit of magic to deal with them is very, very nice.
Yep, otherwise it's going to be holding the Zantetsu sword out in front of you.
Yep, and we're gonna hold off on sealing those layers for the time being. I'm gonna go recharge my HP, and we're gonna go kill Poseidon, which should actually be a woman, but yeah. So in the Japanese version, this boss is a lady, and you get to see the serpent boobs. Oh no, whatever will we do? We can't show children serpent boobs.
This boss is very engaging gameplay, by the way, everybody, so, enjoy this very engaging gameplay.
Mm-hmm. This is super tough boss number 1. The hardest boss in the whole game. By far. Which way are we going? We're going back. Okay.
So yeah, so basically, just gonna dodge the fireballs just to sort of mitigate a little bit of the damage that they take, and RPGchick is going to stand here with the sword in front.
Because I can't swing it. But there is a reason that we are releasing the king before the dancing grandmas. So if you release dancing grandmas first, you get a little bit of extra dialogue, and here we don't have to have that.
And now you're gonna go back and activate the 2 shrines you left behind.
And then we'll be talking to Gnome and moving on to the next area.
Goodbye, mountain.
It's a shame. I like the music from the Mountain of Souls, although Leo's Lab has some of my favorite tracks in the game, so...
Yeah, Leo's Lab is my favorite
Oh,
music in the
where
game
am I
by
going?
far.
I'm ready to leave already, and I don't want to talk to Gnome, but unfortunately I have to talk to Gnome.
Of course, while we were enjoying the engaging gameplay against Poseidon, of course, I want to thank AltaBiscuit for the 10 gift subs, so thank you for that. And the 100 bits from Selenia Dream, thank you as well.
Yeah, I think once we hit 125 subs, we will get our next slot. So for our 2 new Valkyries, that means a new emote that's already ready to go, actually. And they are very, very cute emotes, just to, you know, just to kind of nudge things along there.
They are very powerful.
So welcome to Leo's Lab, where inanimate objects talk. Like this door.
Or the plants.
Yep. At least the plants are living things, though. Not
Yeah, this is...
not a door.
Or an armoire.
Yeah. So yeah, so these worms and these scrubbing bubbles robots, is my name for them. They are the 2 creatures in the laboratory areas, at least, that can be damaged without the Zantetsu sword. So we have to kill them to come out to get the Zantetsu sword to go back in. And then we can start wrecking metal monsters, at least kind of sort of, because we can only poke with it.
You released a great door. That door is pretty great.
It is pretty awesome, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get the Zantetsu sword. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite tracks in the game. I care not for your comments about my taste in music.
The entire Soul Blazer soundtrack is
good,
real
yeah.
good.
Come here. Come
Yeah,
here.
but those helicopters are the very first enemy that are actually metal and therefore could not be killed otherwise.
Yep.
And they'll fly at you and walk around on the pipes. They're annoying. They're not that annoying, but they can be really frustrating at points.
These little bulldozer dudes, too, can be rather frustrating. Right now.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot. You can see that RPGchick is just nudging forward ever so slightly to get them to charge forward into the outstretched sword.
Come on. Here we go.
Of course, chat is talking a little bit about music, and I'd just like to say that, for everybody out there, Nobuo Uematsu is actually considered to be one of the finest classical composers of the age.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Not even in the slightest.
It took me so long to learn not to move from that spot. Come here, Miles.
Yep. Don't be in a hurry, just let them charge into your sword.
Okay.
So-
This is also why we needed the ice armor. I'm gonna switch over here. Because there are flame panels. I'm taking a lot of damage, and I don't have another... I do have another herb. Okay, good. This is fine. I'm gonna put it on because I don't trust myself. And I really rather not die. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm getting really quiet, but I'm trying to focus really hard on not dying.
Yeah, this part is very difficult. These charging bulldozers hit hard, and can just wreck your run really quickly. So, you got to appreciate the work that you're doing, trying to get the sweet spot on each of them, so that you don't take any more damage than you need to. Other things which are nice is that the mice actually work in predictable patterns here, unlike the randomizer, where they might end up on a path that takes them around the entirety of the stage.
Yeah, so technically I did not need to hit that lair, but I wanted a little bit of HP refill. I'm going to be taking a little bit safe here.
That's right, every cutscene lair that you hit gives you back some amount of health, depending upon the scene that it is.
I think I'm going to kill some of these to see if I can get a level out of it. I really don't care. If I get an extra level, it doesn't hurt. But I'm gonna bust through these guys. There we go. There's my herb, and I can switch back. Alright, we should be good. I need ice armor again to go across the panels. Switch back. Okay. That is definitely one of the scariest parts for me. But we're good. We did it.
Yeah, no, that went really smoothly, honestly. That's really nice navigation there.
A little bit of HP refill and some stairs. See, this is what I'm talking about with inanimate objects. Stairs. Stairs and doors. Stairs, doors, tables, all kinds of wonky stuff.
I mean, everything in this house is made of wood, so that means at least at one point it was alive.
I guess that's true. And there's my level, so I can actually swing the Lucky Blade at this point, but not yet. When we go into the model towns, we'll need to swing the Lucky Blade. Although I guess I can do that here too. Oh, Lucky Blade. Yes. Come here, Scrubbing Bubbles robot. I need to destroy you.
Yeah, now you can see swinging away with the Lucky Blade. It does some really nice damage at this point.
Thankfully. Oops, let's not walk into their hitboxes. There are some more mice coming up here, so I'm trying to get rid of as many of the bulldozers as I can, so that they don't get in my way.
They also do give fairly nice experience.
Yes.
So why is Lucky Blade suddenly
Oh,
effective?
heck, I lost the mouse. Because we hit the optimal level for the sword, which is level 15. So until you hit level 15, you cannot swing the blade. The Zantetsu sword can be swung at level 16. I'm actually going to reset the mouse layer so I can try not to lose that one again. So the nice thing about the mice layers, you can reset them by stepping on another layer and just reset the whole thing. But yeah, as soon as you hit that threshold level with the weapon, then you can start swinging. Oh, okay, we got 2 more layers that we need to clear, but we're going to end up doing 3 because most runners would death warp at this point, but I kind of want to hold on to my gems for the model towns, so I am actually going to use the panel up top here that the helicopters will release.
Light Arrow is just so good for Model Town.
Yes, hence why I really would like to have my gems available. But we're good. We can get out of this area without dying. Huzzah!
Yay!
I mean, where's the lie though? Light arrow is the best. It is the best magic of the game. And I'm gonna switch back to the lucky blade so I can actually swing something at the model towns. So you do actually need to have the paintbrush equipped to go into these model towns, which was something I didn't realize until later on. But yeah, it's a thing.
Wait, you need the paintbrush for these?
No, you don't need the paintbrush.
Oh, good.
I thought you needed the paintbrush to activate these, actually, and I was mistaken. Hey, big gem drops. Yes, please.
So these tiny enemies, they come with tiny hitboxes.
Yeah, and lots of iframes when they pop out of the layers. So they are super duper obnoxious. But luckily, we don't have to kill all of them. We kind of just have to kill what gets us to the other model town lair.
Yep. Gotta form a couple of bridges, gotta kill a couple specific layers for that, and then just make your way around to the other side, basically. And then there's one layer at the end that'll loop you back to the start.
Yep. But for
Again,
the most part, we get to ignore almost the entire model town, which is good.
Which is good, because in the speedrun, there are enemies in here. You can see some explosions there popping up on the screen. Where are they coming from?
They're coming from invisible enemies. So in every area, there's technically a creature that will join the orb and help you out with stuff. So the same way that I got the mole to light up the light shrine in World 2, there is a door that would join you here and allow you to see the invisible enemies. But we ain't got time for that.
Yep, definitely don't got time for that. Of course, while we've been going on, of course, I want to thank an anonymous cheerer in chat for cheering 1,000 bits, so thank you so much for that as well, and thank you all for your continued support for Take This. Also, it looks like Team Evil may have woken up a little bit for the Octopath bit more, because we just have $10 from Racodactylus. $10 stating, I think the Octopath run could benefit from an unbending blade. I cannot do the Ulbrich voice, and it makes me a little bit sad, but just, if you've played Octopath Traveler, just imagine that in his voice for a sec.
All right, Model Town 2 coming up. We are literally going to skip everything but one layer.
Probably for the best.
To be fair, yeah. No, I have to... 1, 2. Oops, don't stand in the path of the catapults, please. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, they are fairly painful. Also, the other invisible enemy, it's those trucks that fire out spikes in front of them.
There we go. I really do have a lot of gems. Maybe I should just leave instead of Death Warp. The gems would be really nice to have in the next area.
I think you only have to kill, what, 2 more layers to get around to the entrance that way.
Yeah, I only have to kill the rocking horses up there.
That one's not even that bad.
Oh well, I died anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, did a rocking horse get you?
No, the invisible thing got me, but it doesn't matter either way, because you're technically supposed to death warp there. I was going to try to hold on to my gems, but oh well.
Well, all good things, right?
Yep. This is totally fine, though. I will get some gems here, and I will try to hold on to these. So we're going to pick up our next armor, which is the light armor. If you've played Rando, getting light armor early on in the randomizer is one of the best things ever. It's not quite as nice here, but it's still pretty nice.
Oh yeah, holy heck, light armor is game breaking in the rando.
Oh, hi. I need to equip the right sword. We're back at metal monsters again. Need to have metal blade on.
I forget, is light armor the armor that gives you that if damage is reduced to 0, you take no damage?
It's something like that, yeah. Okay, let me not die to the bulldozers. That would be bad. Because they will try. They will absolutely try to destroy you.
Yeah, light armor has the passive where basically damage is calculated by the enemy does so much damage, minus whatever how much armor you have. And normally that cannot get reduced past 1, so normally any enemy does 1 damage. Light armor, however, makes it so that that calculation can be 0, so weak enemies don't hurt you anymore.
Yeah. And it actually, it makes the same noise as you trying to swing on a metal monster that you can't kill. Which I think is kind of a nice little touch. Alright, so I'm going to restore my health and we're going to go kick the boss's butt. This boss also has a really, really nice, easy manipulation. If you've never seen it done, it makes it very easy to kill.
And if you don't know the manipulation, this boss is a massive threat and is super dangerous.
So you take one step to the left, and you just follow him up and down. Try not to get killed by the fireball. And there you go. I like that I have 69 gems right now. I'm not gonna lie. And so we release Marie the doll, who is the last of Dr. Leo's friends. And she will give us the purple stone, so that we can move on to Magrid Castle, where all this evil started.
I don't know, the King of Vergrid seems like such a nice guy.
Yeah.
There's no way that he would have made a deal with this world's literal devil and released evil onto everybody.
No, of course not. And he totally wasn't manipulated by anyone either. Yeah, the poke strats are pretty awesome. I'll lie. But the hard part is basically figuring out how to do them properly.
And of course, the poke hitbox is a little bit odd, and so that's why the one step to the left, hold the sword due south, and just walk up and down works out.
Yeah, technically it doesn't matter if you're holding it due south or due north, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it just, oh my gosh, it makes the boss so much easier. However, if you are not careful and you're not paying attention, you definitely can still die to the fireballs, because that's happened to me before.
There are a lot of fireballs, as you saw at the end of the fight. They are everywhere.
But now we're going to go into Magrid Castle and we're going to get introduced to a lot more spirit enemies, for which we're going to need the spirit sword to kill. Unfortunately, the spirit sword cannot be properly held until you hit level 19. So we're going to be doing some more poke strats. Lots more poke strats. Hi, skeletons. I'm going to kill you for a level. Thank you. But yeah, essentially the ghosts down here cannot be killed without the spirit sword. We're going to pick up the heartstring, and we're going to pick up the spirit sword, and we're going to go wreck some ghosties. But there is a nice little technique with the ghosts. If you stand to the upper right-hand corner of their lair, they will just constantly keep circling around you and will never hit you. It sometimes takes a while to kill them, but at least you won't die in the process. Twitch might accept souls, you're not wrong about it. Come on. There we go. That's a good ghosty. I actually want to go up like this, So I can kill the skeletons here. I do not need to worry about those orbs, but those are the orbs I was talking about before, which can cause all kinds of issues. I'm gonna kill these even though I don't need to, so that they're not trying to wreck my life. I'm gonna switch back to the Spirit Sword for some more ghosties! I hope you like the ghosties. We're gonna be seeing quite a few of them. While these fireballs try to wreck my life.
And of course, much like with the wizards from the Mountain of Souls, RPGchick keeping a good distance to deal with the orbs there, because boy are they a pain if they get loose.
Yeah, essentially they'll start darting in diagonal patterns completely randomly. And be like, hey.
While spraying projectiles everywhere on top of you. It's
Exactly.
great.
Some invisible treasure chests, which technically you can see with the help of another one of the peoples from this town, which we're not going to bother getting because we know where the invisible chests that we need are. Some invisible passages as well. I can totally make my way through here.
And a very not invisible medical herb there for some safety.
Yep. Oh, I thought I missed. That was good. Also, those spears and the spears back in World 2 can technically be killed with the Soul Blade. And if you're playing the randomizer, not these, because these spears aren't worth very much experience, but the ones in World 2 are worth a heckin' lot of experience, and they're a really good place to level up if you need to.
And there will be a little bit of leveling up that is going to be necessary for sure.
Yeah, because at the very end we do need to get to level 24, as Demarine said before. So we will be doing that at some point.
Yep, so maintaining very good control over these two shrines right now at this very safe distance.
Yeah, you really, really need to be careful with the orbs. I'm gonna switch swords so I can swing at stuff. We are almost done here in the basement. And again, because the monsters are increasing in difficulty, we are going to start gaining levels a little bit faster again.
Yep.
And another ghosty lair. Come on, ghosties. Come on, ghosties. Please stop teleporting and die. Thank you. Thanks so much.
You ask for so much.
I know. But at this point, we are going to death warp, but we picked up a strange bottle before. It is the only strange bottle that gets picked up. The strange bottle will prevent us from losing our gems when we go in death warp. Also, armor off makes it easier to death warp. So yeah, this is what the orbs do. Put the power bracelet. Oh no, I don't want the power bracelet. Actually, I want the harp string. I want the harp string because we're gonna give it to the musician, and the musician's gonna play us a beautiful song that he wrote for Lisa, because apparently in this game you meet somebody once and you fall head over heels in love with them. This game gives whole new meaning to the love at first sight phrase.
I mean, the world is dying, everything is awful, so, you know.
It is a very pretty song, and there are actually Japanese lyrics to it, which are also very pretty. So if you've never actually heard the sung version of Lisa's theme, I suggest go taking a look for it. It's pretty. But underneath the soldier's feet, we get the first of two cards. This is the platinum card, which will get us into the left tower, which we're going to climb for the sake of releasing the right tower.
So we're going to open shrines so that you can open up shrines so that you can...
Yeah. We're also gonna be opening up a lot of passages in this particular area and trying very hard not to die a horrible death. I really don't like dying horrible deaths. if I can avoid doing so. I hate these things and their stupid fireballs.
You might be thinking to yourself, those fireballs move so slowly, they must be really easy to avoid.
Nope.
So you see how big those fireballs are? Just imagine that there's another layer of fireball around it to get the actual hitbox on those.
Also, these chess pieces suck. They also have invincibility frames while they're poking out their spikes.
Also, while they're jumping, their hitboxes are very inconsistent as well.
Yes. Come on, horsey. Go. Hey, I saw that. Boomerang dude. Thanks for the big gem drop, Boomerang dude. You're the best. Some of these layers are luckily, the monsters are all out. It makes it much easier to approach, and we can move up to the next level. You don't have to kill everything else, which is also fantastic.
It certainly also is just a lot of clearing out enemies that might get in your way as well if you have to, but you don't want to have to.
Oh, thank you, level up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna switch to the Spirit Sword and do some more damage. That was a very clutch level up right there, because I was starting running low on HP.
Nice.
So here is Queen Magrid. For some reason, she lives in her own little house and not in the castle with King Magrid. But she's got a present for us.
Is it a hug?
I wish it was a hug.
Cortox, of course, is asking me if... Cortox wonders if, when I say inconsistent hitbox, when I mean consistently awful. No, I really just mean inconsistent. Most of the hitboxes in this game are just fine. Like, it's really easy to call out the janky ones when most of them aren't actually that bad.
Yeah, it's true. We're also not going to death warp out of here because we want to hold on to those gems for the right tower. And the right tower is so much worse than this tower. If you thought this tower was bad, you haven't seen anything yet.
There's a lot of shooting around corners that kind of needs to be done in the next tower for safety's sake, because you'll get ganged up on from multiple directions in one particular room.
Yeah! So there's the right tower, and then we're going to release the other guard that goes with Dr. Leo as well. And then we're going to Crystal Fairy our butts out of here.
Yay!
Unfortunately, the Crystal Fairy doesn't give us anything, though.
Boo.
At least the other one gave us experience. But we're going to go talk to the queen. We're going to tell the queen that she's very pretty. And then she's going to give us the VIP card. She's going to put it right in our pocket.
She can't hand it to you. Why does she slide it in your pocket and not just hand it to you?
I don't know. I don't have a good answer to that.
Neither do I.
So yeah, this particular room is killing layers to open more layers. And it's actually kind of terrible.
This room is the terrifying room I was talking about.
Yeah, this room is really, 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 really scary.
As you open up layers in this room, the fireball density gets higher and higher.
Yeah, the fireballs are really, really, really annoying. They're very obnoxious in here.
I mean, I do have one donation that might give you a little bit of heart in this particular.
Oh my gosh. I'm being bombarded, but yes, please read the donation out.
Yep. I got $10 from Zeroing21 just stating, good luck, RPGchick, and others on the other runs to come.
I lost to the last horsey.
Oh
Feels
no!
bad. At least I only have to go through the horses again. At least that's something.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that room is a nightmare, and so
Oh my gosh, fireball, get out of my face. Fireballs are very obnoxious today. Like, even more so than usual. Okay, we did it. We're through.
all right.
Hey, if finally if that's the place I die today, then that's the place I die today. That is honestly not the worst thing in the world. We're gonna skip this entire floor. Go right up to the next one.
But what about those treasure chests? Don't you want the treasure?
I mean, they're really nice mimics and all, but no thank.
Wait, an RPG with mimics in it?
I know, it's crazy.
Who knew?
Actually, not that. This. Nice level. Thanks, game. Means I can actually switch back. Because I don't have to worry about dying to the last two soldiers here. Be good if I had aim. Okay, we are at the Jerkbird headquarters. This is the jerkiest of the Jerkbirds.
Right, we're playing an RPG. There had to be a jerkbird somewhere along the line.
Yeah. Yeah. But first, we have to go through like 3 minutes of cutscene dialogue. So, if you want to read stuff, this is a really good time. This is a long cutscene.
Yep, so while we enjoy some plot exposition that we cannot skip explaining all of the evil in the world, we don't have any donations at the moment. But again, just want to let everybody know that your bits subscriptions and your bit subscriptions and of course your donation will go towards Take This. Take This, of course, is a charity that provides education on mental illness, and they help people in the gaming community who are suffering from mental illness by letting them know that they are not alone in their struggles and that there are treatment options out there to help. One of the big goals is that they bring quiet rooms to conventions all across the United States. I know personally that I've used their facility that they set up at MagFest every year. Even though I'm not going this year, I've used their quiet room for the past 2 years, and just having a place that you can recharge, take a minute to breathe, get coloring books and people that you can talk to. They do fantastic work for mental health, and so. Again, all your donations are going to go towards a fantastic cause, and so, of course, thank you so much for that. Again, we do have the bid war going on for Octopath Traveler. Currently, right now, Octopath Traveler, we have $15 for Tressa, $10 each for Ulrich and Honnet. The fourth character slot is still wide open at this point in time. So if you want Alphen, because Alphen's fantastic, throw some money that way. Or, of course, if you like white mages, like I do, Ophelia still has no money towards her as well.
Aw, I love Ophelia. She's so sweet.
I do too. She's wonderful.
Also, yeah, I've also used their rooms during PAX East and PAX West, and they really have some of the most heckin' awesome coloring books.
They really do, and sometimes it's just what you need. Like, I know MagFest, it's basically 4 days non-stop, 24 hours a day, and you can wear yourself out really easily. I know I do personally. So, the whole idea is that if you need a little bit of help with the self-care, like I know I personally do, they are fantastic for being able to take care of you a little bit more and make sure you're getting yourself taken care of.
Bird, stop diving!
Yep, the bird, of course, has a couple of different attacks. There's a diagonal dive, which we really don't want to see, or it'll move sideways and throw fireballs down, which is exactly the attack you want to see. There's a constant wind because you're on a moving airship that's blowing you back, so RPGchick is getting constantly blown back by this wind, so it has to fight against the wind and is using the top of the deck there to hold herself in place. But down goes Jerkbird. Fairly efficient, honestly. Not great dive luck, but down goes Bird.
8 dives is not too awful. It's not the record 22 dives. Poor Jenya.
Jenya has such a storied history running this particular game. You'd think he actually didn't like this game.
You'd think he didn't like a lot of the games that he's ran. We missed you, Jenya. We hope you come back someday. But yeah, Lisa basically tells us that she's in love with us, and she doesn't know what to say. But yeah, we're gonna kind of just leave her here to cry over her dad, because Dr. Leo is now deceased.
Yep, but of course now it's very important because we're gonna go fight Death Toll. We're gonna do that right now, right? We don't need anything else.
Yeah, no, totally don't need anything else. We are gonna pick up this super awesome super bracelet, though.
It's super.
Oh, I still have a medical herb. That's heckin' awesome. We're also gonna go talk to King McGrid. We're gonna get the last of the stones, and he's gonna tell us all about his deal with Death Toll, and how he has failed as a king, and he's a terrible person, and he's so sorry.
I mean, he is a terrible person.
I mean, yeah, but the queen kind of is worse, so...
So we've reached the backtracking part of the run at this point in time.
Almost.
Well, almost. But first we get the black stone, so now we have all 6 stones.
Yes, so we're gonna traverse into the world of evil first. We're gonna clear out the majority of it, and then we're gonna have to do a little bit of backtracking. If only being pretty made you sane. If only being pretty made you completely sane. But it doesn't.
Nope. And so there
No
you
matter
go.
what
So
you look like, sanity is not having sanity, or having sanity is the thing.
But of course, the 6 stones, of course, are swallowed up into the world of evil. And now you find out that you need Phoenix's help.
Well, you kind of knew. Kind of.
Kind of.
So these guys... Shit. I only need to kill one of them, so... Goodbye. This thing is gonna keep following me, but I'm just gonna keep walking. Alright, come here, because otherwise you're gonna get in the way of the other part. So yeah, you don't need to kill a lot of the stuff here. I am going to clear out both of these layers because I don't need statues shooting fireballs at me while I try to clear out the stuff above it.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that shoot a lot of different things in this particular stage.
So Little Sharky's asking, are we in outer space now?
Totes. Totes space.
Yep. So a lot of these layers just clear out the statues. It normally only need to clear out one, but
in this
having to
case,
deal
though,
with-
we need to also open up that little layer over there because that's going to lead us to our first red hot item.
the red hot items, what do those do for us?
So the red hot items are going to be what we need to summon the Phoenix magic from the king on the top of the mountain.
And of course, Phoenix magic is the only thing that will harm the final boss of this game.
Exactly. And without Phoenix, the final boss's dungeon won't even appear. So there's also that. All right, come here, Fly. You obviously don't go away. We're going to go down here and pick up the soul armor. Without the soul armor, you actually cannot traverse into the following area because it will just flat out kill you. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, the next area is the void of space, and you don't want to go there.
Alright, we're also going to pick up the soul blade from this area after we get rid of some flies. I'm also going to open up the panel above and recharge my health before I go get said soul blade so I don't accidentally die. Shoe fly, you bother me.
Well, thankfully, these give 3,000 experience apiece because there will be a little bit of grinding to complete the run.
Yeah, like it's been said before, we do have to get up to level 24. Little recharge there, and now we can go back and get the soul blade without having to worry about taking damage. I guess I can equip it and start actually doing this here. Because now I can kill these things, and they give a heckin' ton of experience points, and those are actually what we're going to be grinding on towards the end here. So I'm going to go pick up that first red hot item, and then we're going to have to backtrack for the other two. So we're going to have to return to Greenwood and kill the soul balls on the bottom of the light shrine, and then we're going to have to go back to Durian and kill the metal monk. Yeah. And then go to the Mountain of Souls, go to the king, get the phoenix, and then we can finally go back and wreck Death Bowl.
Yeah, almost there at this point.
A hectric ton. I like that. That's a good measurement. I approve. And even though we can't swing the soul blade, so the soul blade kills everything. Metal, soul, regular, it does not matter. It will wreck it. So I can poke these things, and I don't have to switch my weapon. Where is my last one? Come here. I need to destroy you. So from these souls, we're going to release a little bird in Greenwood itself. The little frightened bird.
The fighting bird is so cute.
It is. It is very cute. But it is very frightened, so we are going to have to sneak up on it.
Yep, there's a hint that tells you that to sneak up on birds, you have to walk up on them slowly and from behind.
Alright, but bird is released. Now we can go get that red hot item. Sneaks loudly? That's not how this works, Tara.
Natara is not very good at stealth.
Crab walk over here. And boop! Ah, you scared me. And there we get the red hot mirror. Now we can go back to Durian. We're gonna actually have to walk there though. No, I don't want to record my adventure. I don't need to record my adventure. There is no reason to safety save in this game, which is kind of nice because anytime you die, as you saw before, you just end up at the Master's Shrine. You're less gems, but at least you don't have to worry about having to redo everything from your last save, like most RPGs of this time.
Yep.
We're also going to be walking through here without the bubble armor so that we can take some damage and die a little bit faster when we have to death warp. No worries though, because when I start killing those floating panels for the rest of my experience, we're going to be picking up enough gems to do the final fight, because Phoenix only uses 2 MP.
And you can get gems during the final fight as well.
Exactly. Okay, so let's destroy some metal monkeys, shall we?
Absolutely.
And again, I have the Soul Blade equipped because it will wreck everything. And then I'll have to switch my weapons back and forth. That will release us one last mermaid who will give us the red hot stick. And we'll be good to go get the Phoenix magic. And
I
this
always
is
feel
also why I didn't want to use the mermaids tier, because now I can just die quickly doing this.
you can die on the fire. You can. Although it always confuses me that the bird gives you the mirror and the mermaids give you the stick. It feels like that's backwards.
A little bit. But the Phoenix resides on the stick, so apparently she gets to feel special and give us that. Also, I really wish that move was not the second choice and move was the first choice. Which is why we sometimes accidentally mash record instead of move. But yeah, everything that is released here in the Mountain of Souls is very carefully done in order to create a path to Nome, to Lake Loon. No, I didn't. I wasn't trying to talk to you. You're kind of in my way. There we go. And to the king here. But he's gonna babble about first how badly he treated Nome and the stuff you would normally talk to him about after you clear the area, but we didn't talk to him then. So he tells us about Phoenix, but we already got the Phoenix stuff, so he's just gonna cast us some lovely magic with the help of his grandmas.
Yay!
And we have some dancing grandma hype in the chat. I want to see some dancing grandma hype. Not nearly enough hype. There we go. There's some more hype. I love it. Thank you, chat.
And there it is, Magic of Phoenix.
As soon as I was called, Death Toll moved into position. Very strange line of exposition. But Phoenix Magic in tow, we can do our short grind and go wreck Death Toll. The magic of Phoenix is way more powerful than the magic of Tucson. Implied Kappa, please.
We got time for a couple donations while you set up your grind.
Yep, this is gonna take a bit.
Alright, yeah, no. Figured that might be the case. Even at 4,000 experience apiece, it takes a lot of those moving walls to get to level 24. So, of course, for the last little bit, we've got a $20 donation from Casual Geek Dave. Happy to submit to such a good cause and to one of my personal favorite marathons. I love everyone involved, and thank you for your hard work. And that is a $20 going towards naming Celis in Final Fantasy VI Margie.
Aw, that's so sweet.
It really is. And we have $5 from Moon Hotel. First time donating to a charity marathon. Well, thank you very much for that. I made use of the AFK room at MagFest this past year, and it was really helpful, so I'm happy to support Speedrun Ragnarok. Well, of course, we are very happy to have your support as well, Moon Hotel, so thank you so much.
And level up. And let's go kill Death Toll.
Hooray! Now, plenty of gems, too. I mean, the gems you've been getting from that should be more than enough to do this fight.
Yeah, the nice thing is that those things really do drop a lot of gems, which is kind of nice. We're going to switch over to Phoenix Magic, and we're going to bust some butt.
Yep, first phase Death Hole goes usually pretty swiftly, doesn't really require too much effort there.
24 is the level at which you can swing the Soul Blade. This is 1.
Yep. and Phoenix only fires when you swing the Soul Blade in Death Toll's room. So you need to get rid of these blue flames fairly quickly, and then the head will open up, out will come the lasers, down will come the fireballs.
3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Lag is really bad sometimes. Trying to mitigate the lag as much as possible by trying to not have the fireballs coincide with the beams being shot.
Yeah, it's tough to do, but it does save a little bit of time.
And that's time, and heck, that's a new PB for me.
Oh, congratulations, that's awesome.
That's like almost a 2-minute PB. Not bad.
Is that only like your second sub 210?
Yes.
Very nice. Fantastic. What a way to open up the marathon with a marathon PB.
Nice PB. Thank you for the GG's chat. Y'all are awesome. But yeah, that was Soul Blazer 80%, and I hope you enjoyed a lot of it. I'll be back, of course, hosting some stuff during the next 2 days, and I also will have a FF1 PSP race with BGG on Wednesday night. But yeah, thanks for hanging out while I open the marathon with this lovely little RPG. Yes, apparently one run was enough practice.
Yeah, it's all it takes to de-rust is one good run. Or one bad run. I
Yeah.
don't know, depends on how superstitious you are.
It was more to just kind of remember what layers I did and didn't need to open, because Rando Blazer is a thing.
Brando Blazer, also known as Kill All the Monsters Blazer.
Yeah. But for the time being, that's gonna be it for me for now, and I will be back later hosting some awesome runs later today. I know we have Fia coming up next, right, with Corundum Core.
Yep,
So definitely
absolutely.
stay tuned for that, because that game is heckin' gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It is also very chill, but it's just it's a great run. Chrono Core is a fantastic runner and has a really good time with it. So definitely hang out. And then after that, of course, again, like we mentioned earlier, is Alta Biscuit running for Traveler Fiesta for Octopath Traveler. So again, your donations can go towards setting up the party for Alta Biscuit. And again, you could make their life wonderful or suffer. One or the other, your choice.
I'm actually very curious to see which way this goes.
I am too.
But yeah, thank you all, and I look forward to more awesomeness from this marathon, of course.